Hey Maverick fans, welcome back to Dad's Garage. Today we gonna show a short video. I hope it's gonna be short. I've never done this before, but we'll see how it goes. We're gonna install a new intake system I got from AFE. They had a pretty good sale going on, so I pulled the trigger on it, and let's see how it goes. Let me show you what I got. Here we have the AFE Momentum GT cold intake system, air intake system. And I got it with the upgraded air filter. It's supposed to make a few more horsepower and pound-feet of torque. So I'm not sure exactly of all the numbers, but we're going to try it out today. So these are all the parts that come with it. Should be fairly simple to install. So we're going to go ahead and go through the process. So one of the first things that we need to do is put these things together right here. And one thing I don't like about this is putting this together here. So I'm going to have to use my plastic trim tool to see if we can get it installed. And by the way, this thing smells interesting. It smells like fruity or something. Kind of weird. I hope the rats don't take a liking to it. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and begin. All right, folks, so here we're going to go ahead and start putting this together. And I did look over the manual, so it seems to be pretty simple. We're going to begin installing this rubber grommet on these connectors. So we're just going to put it together here like this. Just make sure it's nice and where it's supposed to go. Then this goes right here on the bigger intake pipe, and it only goes one way, so I think we're just going to install it like this. And it has a little area here where this is going to go. It's going to go in between the plastic of the intake. So we're going to go like this, and I believe I'm going to have to use my plastic trim tool because it is kind of a tight fit. So I'm going to go ahead and just push it in like this. Here we go. It's going right in. The plastic of they made this from smells really interesting. Smells fruity. Okay, so we're just gonna make sure that goes in really well, and it should be all nice and even. Yep, looks good. I'm gonna make sure there's no intake leaks. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten this up here. Looks like it's like a conical type connector, but I'm gonna put a little something to prevent any air leaks. So a little not sure what I'm going to show. I think I have something around here to do it, so I'm going to do that now. And everything else should be pretty straightforward. We're going to put where's the clamp here? So this is another clamp, goes right here like this, or another connector, and I'm going to use this clamp to put it in here. There's a little tiny hole here and it comes with a little plug. I'm not sure why they left this here for, maybe for another model vehicle. So I'm just going to put that in here like this. Make sure it doesn't come out. So I'm going to tighten this stuff here, and then we're going to go over to the truck and start taking things apart. All right, folks. So a few days later, I had to purchase this toolkit to remove this particular hose connection here because my existing one, this one right here, didn't fit. So I had to buy this Lyle kit from Amazon. It was pretty cheap. I think it was like $17 or $18. It has a smaller profile, and it has this curve here which allows you to put the tool behind the connector and be able to remove it. So let's do that now. We're gonna have to use the green one. And it doesn't have any particular size that I can tell, no number or anything, but I did see in their videos, yeah, it does have some markings, but I can't see it. I did see it in the video, there was a green one. So you simply put it here behind the connector, and you have to make sure that it goes in all the way. And then when it goes into the connector, it pulls out. And you don't have to remove it from here, because we just have to remove this part here. Okay, and these two, they simply, you just push in here like this, and it should come out like that. You don't need any specific tools for this one. So this one I had a little bit of trouble removing, and all you have to do is push in, and it should pull out, but I'm not sure exactly why it gives me a lot more trouble. All right, I'm going to figure out how to remove that one, and we'll be right back. Okay, so to remove this the one with the yellow clip here, we have to push down on the little tab right here, and when you push down, you pull up on that the lock key here, and it just slides right out. Took me a while to figure that one out. Anyway, we are good to go. Now we're going to go ahead and remove all of these components. So one of the first things that we need to do is remove this clamp back here, and I don't have the right tool to do it, but I'm going to try it with this. And we just simply need to loosen it up, and I'm going to have to find the right pliers for this, because this one's not working. I'll be right back. Okay, so I removed the clamp back here, and I moved it out of the way. As you can see here, I used the right tool, and this should come out easily, just pulling it out. But I'm going to take out all this plenum part. I don't know if that's a correct term, but I'll take this all out, and this should slide out. All right, let's continue. I'm going to remove the connector. I'm not sure what this sensor is, but it should pull right out, and then we're going to reuse that on the other. And I used this tool here to remove this and this down here. So don't forget about this one later. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and loosen these clamps. We don't have to remove this one because it's not attached to this. And I think we're going to reuse this here a little bit later. All right, here we go. And this is let's see if I can figure out. This is a 9/32. I didn't have the metric. And this is a 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter. Okay, so now we're going to remove the airbox, and this should be fairly simple. We just remove these two clips back here and lift it up, and since I've loosened the clamps, it should come right out. By the way, since the truck was new, I did install this the green filter, and it's worked beautifully. So you can see it gives me some really nice turbo sounds when you really press the pedal. So I'm just going to try out this other AFE intake and see if I feel the difference. But this is a really good option if you don't want to go through all this trouble. And I'll put the part number I don't see the part number here right now, but I'll put the part number in the description. So this box here should easily pull up. If I remember correctly, it should just pull up. There's no screws or anything that hold it down, but I do have to remove this part. So in order to remove the airbox, we have to remove this part of the intake here. So it just easily removed. As you can see, we remove the clamps and they should come out easily. I didn't have to remove this, but I'm just going to remove it to make it easier on both sides. It should pull up. There we go. Now this one should come right up. All right, so now if for whatever reason these rubber grommets come out with the this part of the air filter box, make sure you take them out because we're going to reuse them. And this should come right out. There we go. Oh, sorry. And we do have to remove this hose back here that I already loosened up earlier. And it's a little tight, but it's coming out. And this should just completely come out. And there you go. Now we're going to go ahead and put Humpty back together again with the new parts. All right, we're going to go ahead and continue putting everything back together again. So I did have to put, like I showed you earlier, these connectors on, and I had to put some just sealant there. I didn't know if I had to or not, but I did anyway, and tightened this real good. And according to the instructions, this side goes over here, and then let's not forget to put this connector back here, this hose connector. So let's go ahead and put this all back together. Oh, I think I forgot something. I have to reuse some rubber grommets that go here, so let me do that first. Okay, folks, so I did had to reuse the grommets here that were on the old one, and I put them back in, and this should all go easily back in here. Make sure it goes in all the way. And then we have to make sure we put this whole hose in here. There we go. And let's not forget to put all this back together. So this should all fall into place here fairly easily. And all we have to do is put these all back together. Make sure they go into the right place. Make sure you thread them in by hand first. Okay. They're all threaded by hand. And these should all fall into place here. There we go. And there we go, and there we go. Make sure to push this in so it's like a little protection clip, and I'll tighten all this up and put this clamp back in here, and then put all this part together. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, so I've put everything back together. As you can see here, this connector came from the other, the old intake pipe. So I believe on some other models, I don't know if it's a Bronco, the hose connects here, but on the Maverick, there's nothing that connects here, so it's just a cap. So as you can see here, I've tightened everything up, and I've tightened everything up here as well. I'm running a little bit out of daylight here, so this is going to be a little dark. And then the only thing left to do is to install the little sensor right here. And it's a twist on, and then put the airbox. So let's go ahead and do that. So this sensor just simply goes in like this. You push it in, it has to push in all the way, and then you twist it to lock. And then we'll connect this to that, but first I have to put the airbox in. So for the airbox, you have to put all of these together initially, and then you're supposed to slide it in like so. And it should fit right into it should go right into the little rubber grommets that the other one was sitting on, and you just push it down, and that's it. Easy enough. So I do notice that this airbox does not have anywhere to put these connectors in to hold the cable, so I think that's not going to be a problem, and I'm just going to plug this back in here. Hopefully it won't fall off, but should be fine, I guess. And now we're going to put the last part of the intake light that we had to remove earlier. So this should be fairly simple, and I think I just lost one of the connectors. Both of them actually. But this goes right in here. There we go. And this should fall right into place. And there we go. So I'll fit it in real good. I think one of these hasn't gone in all the way, but we'll be back for a test drive. Okay, so Humphrey's back together again. Everything fell into place nicely. Everything is tight. Okay. And everything is connected the way it's supposed to be. This is back in its place. Easy enough. So we're going to go for a test drive. Let's see. Let me give it a couple of revs and see how it sounds. Give it a couple of revs. Not all the way, but you know. Not much of a difference here, but hopefully I should feel the horsepower difference according to what they say. So thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.